village called Axbridge now. It's not far from where I used to live, was brought up. I used to have relatives living here, my uncle Kenny and Auntie Gloria. So I used to come here quite a lot. It's a beautiful place. Got the old King John's hunting lodge there. That's from, I think, the 12th or 13th century, maybe the 14th century. Very old building. This is our old King John's hunting lodge. It's an old English build style with the wood framing and then plaster in amongst the wood, as you can see. So this old wood has been here for hundreds of years. So this is the property of National Trust, which is a great British institution. And you can see the building. It's a proper medieval British building. Medieval, is that correct? Beautiful door. This is seen life. Look at that piece of wood. Wormholes filled in places that looked after. Still stands. It's quite a beautiful building. It's now a museum owned by the National Trust. But this is proper old England. We're walking down a bit of old England now. Beautiful old. This is all wooden. Everything's wood. A proper building. As you can see, a lot of the properties on this street are right such a narrow street, because obviously when it was built there were no cars. It was horse and cart at best, if even that. Look at that doorway, look at this, amazing carving above the door. Look at that for a door. Nothing like so. This would have been a butcher's shop because, well look, it's fairly plain to see. And quite stunning as well, that's old. So those tiles would be from when?
Well, those are from 1900, 1920. Those are nouveaux, so those are quite recent editions.
But it's still beautiful.
But still 100 years old.
Yeah. And you can see here that like the plain, even the plain, I love these kind of tiles. So here's another old door. So this is the problem, you see how narrow this street is. So traffic going both ways isn't a good thing. It's another old building, Raymond Court. Stunning building. Love the old doorway. Now this doorway is tiny. I'm 5'7" and I can just fit underneath without having to bend. It's another nice beautiful building. Look at this. St. Jude's Studio. These doors are old. This whole building has aged. You can see most of this whole street where look at it were built, well originally, but traditional way, with the lather and plaster on the wooden frame. That's what you have here. So underneath this you'll have lath boards, which are thin strips of wood, and then you have the plaster of some kind on top of it. And that's your building. A beautiful English village. Town? Village. I think it's a village. I don't know really. It doesn't really matter to me. I think it's a village. Very old. Even just this brick wall in front of us here. You can see the age in that. It's got those bits of wood would have been parts of structures. Got the old lock on that. That's the size of my finger. Goes to that far of my finger. That's just the lock height. Like the old knocker on the door. And there's a nice Axbridge chambers. Chambers would have been something to do with the courts. And there is the church.
So say Axbridge Church Wells. One of the several sources of public water supply in the area. That's where the source of these wells.
Okay, so this is where, doesn't look too pleasant now, but it's where you would have got your water from way back when. The old pathways. I haven't done a lot of this. I've never really walked through a lot of this village because when I was younger, who cared? Georgian entranceway. Look at that, another old door. So church rooms, I don't know what that means. I'm sure people do. And then we're at St John the Baptist Church.
Axbridge.
Axbridge, look at that. Again, another fairly stunning property. I'll look it up and I'll post how old it is once Google tells me. Well, that's one of the things I've always liked. So you see the gargoyles with the, I'm guessing, lead guttering coming out of the house. That's where the water used to come off the roof through the gargoyle, which used to be a proper face. You can see it's all worn now. And then coming down, it's a lovely old building as well. Beautiful. And you have a big double-decker bus going through the village. Crazy. Oh, look at that above you, that's quite beautiful as well. That's a beautiful wooden ceiling to start with. My wife's taking the weight off. Now, I'm not saying this church is this old, but the first rector marked here is 1264. Don't know what that little door's for. That door is about. I'm standing against the door and you can see that I'm probably a foot taller than the door, maybe. So I don't know what that was for. And there's a bigger one next to it. $16.90.
1636, that ceiling.
Speary's gift, 4 shillings per week in bread to be given to the second or Axbridge forever. We pay out of the South Brent estate. Hey Jesus, dude, how's it going? Hasn't got the beautiful stained glass that Bamford Church has. Most of them is plain, but this one is quite stunning. Here we've got very old. That says 1642. And I don't know where this one is. 1688. Oh. One of them died on the 12th of November, the other one died on the 12th of December. 1668 that was erected by the husband after her death. You can see, and this is the gravestones inside. Does his priesting. Again, a beautiful wooden ceiling. I'll go through if we can. Another one here that's 1634. Get that guy in there. Thought I'd just quickly come out the back. This is the church from the outside. And just show you the churchyard. I've got this jack door in front of me. Just walking around happily. Beautiful churchyard. Quickly go up and have a look at some of the older church stones, shall we? Yeah. Beautiful English churchyard. Very peaceful. And you kind of have some are long forgotten, some are long overgrown. I'm kind of the opinion that when I die, I don't really care what happens. You know, just chuck the empty carcass away, or burn it, or you know, do whatever you will with it. Give it to university to play with. I don't care. I really don't. But I do kind of understand the needs for families to come and look at this type of thing. You know, I'm not a religious person. I don't really feel that way. Even though coming to see my grandmother's, my uncles, and my dad's graves had an effect, it really did. You know, realise that they're there, there's something to remind you of them, so any time you feel the need, you can do that. Whereas kind of my attitude has been, you know, I don't just throw me away, the kids wouldn't care, nobody else would care. Maybe people do need to be able to go somewhere and just be with their departed loved ones, not for me to say. Anyway, that was a little quick look around